Swansea went off to the racecourse feeling pretty confident, and they had every right to feel like that, really. 7 games unbeaten, but that's the sort of challenge Wrexham revel in, and didn't they revel? Our commentator is Hugh Johns.
Our manager Brian Flynn is looking for this Wrexham side to bounce back to winning ways after the defeat at Plymouth, and he makes 2 forced changes. Mel Pejic comes in for the suspended skipper Tony Humes, and Barry Jones replaces flu victim Barry Hunter at centre-half, with Derwin Brace taking Jones' spot. The Wrexham box is making an extra special demand on Gareth Owen. It's his responsibility to take control of midfield, where Swansea tactically use plenty of men to frustrate the creative talents of opposing playmakers. Spurs would not let on-loan John Hendry play in the Cup last Monday, but he now returns to an otherwise unchanged Swansea side that's on a roll, with 6 wins and a draw in their last 7, and that includes 4 league wins on the trot. John Cornforth is Swansea's answer to what Wrexham expect from Gareth Owen. So much of what the Swans have recently achieved is down to this man, a midfield playmaker whose elegant style and vision often reminds me of another super swan of the past, Ivor Allchurch. Referee today, Mr. John Kirkby of Sheffield. And he gets us away. The Swans attacking the goal to the left. Early touch of the ball for Roger Freestone. A remarkable situation here, Terry, that this, I think, is the 12th league match between these 2 teams at Wrexham. And Swansea have only won here once. And I do believe you were in charge that day, March 1988. Wait a minute, here's Connolly, and here's Bennett. Oh, well, we very nearly had something early doors then. But yes, the 12th league match between the 2 teams. Swans winning here just the once. It was in March 1988, 2-1 victory.
Yeah, I remember it well, Hugh. I got sent off as well that day. So for Swansea fans, I did do something right for them.
Yes, it was Robbie James, who just joined you from Leicester, and Ian Love.
Yeah, we had a goalkeeper called Guthrie who was injured and had to come off the field that day, and that's the reason I got sent off, for supposedly abusing a linesman.
And this is young Derwin Brace. Only the 2nd time he's started a game for Wrexham. And Steve Watkin sniffing around for goals. He hasn't had a very successful, only 1 league goal this season.
Well, it's interesting his inclusion in the last couple of games, because Cross has been playing quite well for Wrexham up front and seems to have a good understanding with Bennett. But, you know, Brian does that quite a lot. He leaves the youngster out from time to time.
Oh, Wrexham pushing up on Swansea, who've pulled, gosh, what was it, 9 players back into their box. And the first corner of the game is the result of this pressure. Mark Clode taking up his position on the near post. Pat Ampadu on the back post. Question of Ford and Basham sorting out the striking situations. Jenkins looking for Bennett. Ryan Hughes. That's a good ball for Durkin. And he can cross a good ball, this lad. Basham, Freestone wants to prevent the corner. And he's given the corner.
That was a smashing ball by young Hughes. Picked Durkin out very, very well.
So Durkin with the corner. Off the top of Cornforth's head. Well judged, well gathered by Freestone. Hodge. Fine ball, picks up Bowen. First Swansea attack. Needs a decent cross. Oh! Hodge to try one. Nope. I think John Cornforth was shouting at Hodge then, you should have had a whack at that.
Both teams in those last 2 incidents tried to play offside, and pulled for Swansea and Brace for Wrexham, with the two players guilty of playing the other side on.
Brace picks up Durkin. Here's a chase, and Bennett's the winner. A little chip across the goal. Watkin couldn't reach it. But Connolly's in with a shout. Oh! So adjacent, and Freestone congratulates Mike Basham for a marvellous piece of football.
But Connolly going to Jenkins, gets on the left foot, good strike across the goal. And you'd have to say, how didn't that go in the back of the net?
Durkin with the corner. And finally Hughes. And again. Oh, clever stuff. Very unlucky son. Oh, that was skill that you wouldn't expect from a youngster like that.
It all came about because the corner went wrong. They picked him out on the edge of the box. He's had the first shot, the right foot shot that came back to him. And Freestone there, his reaction was it's in the back of the net. Yeah. I thought it was in the back of the net.
So did I. Oh, high degree of skill then from a young man who, what is he, 18 years old? It's only his 21st league game. Here's Bennett getting a turn in on Basham, and in for a shout. Oh, unlucky. Tremendous stuff from Gary Bennett. I thought he'd lost his legs a couple of times there.
It's just exactly what we're talking about. Bennett and Watkin, especially Bennett, has got the Swansea two central defenders all at sea. He probably should have done better there. If you see Watkin had just pulled out and could have laid the ball back to him.
Clouds throw. Jenkins. Kenny. Cornforth. Big long one for Hodge to chase. And he's in. And a chip has beaten Marriott, beaten the goal by a good 5 yards. Right idea, though. And he applauds a super pass.
There's the ball knocked through. Just beats Phil Hardy there. And the lob, from our angle, looks like it's going to go in the back of the net.
Connolly now. Good ball, Watkin. And Basham puts it away. This Swansea defence is looking a little bit dodgy at times.
It looks a new partnership, doesn't it?
Yes. Great ball to Watkin.
Nice little run as well, Hugh, you know. You'd expect Bennett to be sliding in there, wouldn't you?
Yes. Brace. Red ball, early throw, Watkin in behind Swansea again. Can play cross, aiming for Connolly. And Hughes! Beautiful goal! What about that one? What a fine goal by young Brian Hughes. 24 minutes into the first half. A goal that seemed inevitable for quite some long time finally comes from the youngster.
Good cross on his left foot. He's seen Connolly on the far post. We know how good he is in the air. And he picks out young Hughes. Tremendous little tap, if you like, little volley. This was a quick throw-in, good thinking. Watkins crossed with the left foot. Up goes Connolly. And that's what you tell every schoolboy. You don't have to bash hell out of it. Just get nice contact.
Basham got there, but it's a good ball for Connolly. Now that took a touch off a Swansea player. Yes, it's gone for the corner.
We're just talking about the way that the two teams vary in their styles. And that's a problem that Swansea have got, because the Wrexham wingers drop off so deep. They'll pick up any kind of ball like that.
Durkin short corner, Owen. Durkin again now. Hughes. Bennett in behind Swansea. Time to turn. Shouldn't have been given that time. It's Cornforth having to come back and help his defence out. The skipper is not too happy about his defenders at the moment, I think.
Bennett and Watkin, yeah, you see it. He's had that little ball in the channel again. He's turned onto his right foot. Excellent cross. And perhaps he's looking for Jones there to get across defenders.
Ampadu. And that Claude. Marriott's ball. Basham stood firm. He was off in the direction of Connolly. Drops for Bennett. Now Connolly again. Bennett sprints back into the box. Good support here in the clear. Gareth Owen. Durkin. Good cross. Yes. That's Watkin. Absolutely. Steve Watkin, 2-0, 35 minutes.
Smashing football. Durkin gets it on his right foot. Deep cross. And Steve Watkin will be delighted with that. Just cleared the defender. Smashing headed down and up into the roof of the net. There's a cross coming over. Freestone. Does he go? Does he stay? And the header fits in the back of the net.
Get him back, I heard somebody say, and probably Joey Jones. And it could drop to Bennett. Oh. Bennett furious then. He felt certain he was going to have another penalty kick to add to his tally this season.
He's got a break here because the defender heads on the back of the other defender. I think, you know, Ford was attempting to head the ball anyway.
Ampadu, crossfield for Jenkins. Hodge. Basham. Well, watch his step there because Watkins is in again, and Watkins put the pressure on Basham and wins a corner.
He's not had a very happy 45 minutes, has he?
Mike Basham, and again you see Swansea players arguing with each other. Got to be a bad sign for a manager.
You just got to start doing things a little bit quicker, you know, as that incident proved.
Durkin's corner. Hughes into the goal mouth. Bennett casually stepping back into Freestone.
Here's that corner in. Bit of an in-swinger. They get the defensive header away. I couldn't tell you what that was. And there's Bennett. Only a little nudge.
That's right. Ford. Hardy knocks that out. Cornforth. Connolly. Ford gets it clear. Cornforth. Caught in possession by Owen. And Owen again challenging. Now Watkin. Jones and Swansea come out with Ampadu. Too long. As half-time sounds. And Swansea, fairly dismayed Swansea go off, 2-0 down. And young Brian Hughes scoring a really brilliant goal after 24 minutes. And then 11 minutes later, Steve Watkin rubbed Swansea's noses in the dirt again to score the second. They are very much in control of this game at the moment, Wrexham. Well, we'll take a short break. We'll be back with you for the second half in just a moment or two. Welcome back, and as you can see, Swansea have made a substitution here at the start of the second half. Martin Hayes is on in place of Jason Bowen. What would you see as the significance of that, Terry?
I just think it's a straight swap. I just think that probably Frank wasn't happy with Jason, and unless he really wants to support Hendry in a better way, you know, by sticking Hayes up front with him.
Well, let's see if we can get a Hayes over the race course. Gary Bennett. Makes a space for a shot. That took a touch, so...
There's Bennett. Goes onto his right foot, which is his stronger foot. You'd expect the defender there to show him down the line onto his left foot, which is the weaker of the two.
Yes. Durkin with the corner. And could come back. And it did come back, and Claude got it clear. Hughes. And again. And again. Wow. Tremendous run by Barry Hughes. He's impressing with every moment of this game. Durkin, foul, free kick.
Just nicks it by the defender there. He's actually made a bad pass to begin with, but forgotten all about it, which is great for a young lad. He's got a little nutmeg there on Claude. Tries to pick Watkin out. There you see Watkin.
Yeah.
And Feaston read the situation well.
So here's the free kick. Gareth Owen with it. It was Ford getting his head. Pejic feeding Hughes. Hughes against Jenkins. Wins a corner.
What a bright prospect this boy is.
Jenkins corner. Bennett. Pejic. Oh. Pressure still on though. Gareth Owen. Big long one. Across to Connolly. Still battling for it, Connolly. And he's a winner. Oh, here's the boy Hughes again. Got himself another corner.
Good right-footed corner by Durkin now. Comes to Pejic from the header. Just hits the post.
Ooh, stabbed. Surely Bennett was offside. There was no flag. In again from Watkin. And the ball just won't go in the net for that third goal for Wrexham. Not for the want of trying, though. Here goes Hodge. 3 men round him. Beat one, but Pejic got him. Jenkins. Watkins putting the pressure on Jenkins. Cornforth. Well, it was David Penny standing there saying, hey, come on, John. Phil Hardy. Wrexham skipper. That's in for Durkin. Oof. What a good job. Basham didn't get a touch on that. That could have been an own goal. Durkin's strike.
Free kick goes in for Pejic. It's been headed out by Ford. And Durkin gets the volley in. Watch Basham. Shall I, shan't I?
Torpy. There's a look around. Finds Cornforth. Oh, in the knockdown to Connolly. Bennett, willing as ever, goes into the corner after it. Taking on Basham. A bit too long. Scurrying after it is Durkin. Brace. Ford out, not far enough. Owen. Challenge from Hayes. Connolly. And this relentless pressure from Wrexham, still motoring them goalwards. Oh, yes. Watkin gets his second goal of the game. It's 3-0 Wrexham. And these crosses coming in from Durkin and from Connolly on that occasion, playing havoc with the Swansea defence.
There's Connolly, takes on Jenkins, goes on the left-hand side. Got the cross in fantastic because the ball was away from him. And another good header by Watkin. You know, perhaps the Swansea defenders there looking at A Freestone to come out and get the cross. There he goes. Smashing cross. Inside the 6-yard box, diving header. Perhaps Basham could have got it away.
And Steve Watkin, who came into today with only 1 goal to his game from his efforts this season, has now scored 2 in 1 game. And Wrexham in a commanding position at 3-0. But it was something like that last year, I remember, when Swansea struck back. And here come Wrexham again. Bennett. Oh, Watkin very nearly turned another good cross into a hat-trick.
You know, we were talking earlier on in the afternoon about the 2 sets of central defenders. Well, I'm afraid Bennett and Watkin are really giving Basham and Ford a tough time this afternoon.
Steve Watkin really turning the screw. Brace. And Durkin. Watkin getting in behind Basham. Johnny Hodge. Hendry. Will come to Torpy. Hendry in with a shout. Oh, fine tackle back, Malpegic. Excellent. Gets the applause of the fans and so well deserves it.
It was a good run by Torpy. Came inside. And just a little sneaky ball to Hendry. With marvellous defending by Pejic. You know, he got back tremendously well.
Corner, John Hodge. Well, Ford has scored. Ford has scored. It's 3-1. An amazing goal. That was Martin Hayes getting it back from what looked like an incredible position.
Here's a corner struck very deep. You know, Marriott's going backwards, thinks he's going to go out of play. Good header back and forward. It's the easiest task to stick in the back of the net.
Well, I make that 23 minutes into the second half.
We've still got a game on our hands here.
Indeed.
There's the cross again. Marriott perhaps thinks he's going out of play. I think it was Hayes that got the header back. It's so easy for Ford.
John Ford is a player who scores goals away from home. Had scored 6 in league matches for Swansea before today. 5 of them away from home. And Fordy has done it again. Oh, is this the start of a revival at Swansea? No, it isn't. John Hodge dwelt too long on that one. Let's see from inside the net what happened. Marriott's given it up. Now look at Ford.
Thanks very much.
Almost got a boot in the face as well. Jerry Jones and Kevin Reeves now shouting new instructions to a Wrexham side who looked totally comfortable at 3-0.
He's not enthusiastic enough, Joey, is he?
Hendry. And Purdue getting a touch, but Gareth Owen will have that. And now Hardy. Mistake then by Pejic, but that's knocked back with his head by Derwin Brace. Now Pejic, 35 years old now, Mel Pejic. 17 years career, which started with Stoke back in 1977.
There's only a little nudge by Basham on Bennett.
So Gareth Owen places the ball for the free kick. Tries one, and he's got it! What a cracker! What a belter! Gareth Owen could hardly believe it himself. But there was a hole there, and he found it. It's 4-1.
It's one of those where he's saying to Freestone, don't look at my eyes because I'm not going to knock it there. Freestone was definitely looking for the cross, and Garth was so casual about it, but what a great strike. Here he is. Only a 2-yard run-up. Fantastic strike.
Got to be a disappointing afternoon for Frank Burrows. He was expecting so much that was good. Here's Bennett. Yep. Freestone judged it well.
It's a ball into Watkins, laid off for Bennett. He's itching to score a goal this afternoon. You know, when you pick the newspaper up tomorrow and you see that they've scored 4 and he hasn't scored.
Well, he won't believe it. I don't think there's even one of them that he could claim that he might have got a touch on. Hodge. Oh dear. And here come Wrexham again. Connolly. Taking on Jenkins, trying to run him. Hughes. Owen. Hughes. Bennett. And here he goes again. And he's doing his best to get his name on the scorecard. Could drop to Torpy. Tidy up job by Mel Pedgick. Pedgick's done a fine job this afternoon in the absence of both Humes and Hunter. Bennett. And again he tries.
He'll be telling the referee to keep on playing, I think. You know, he could be playing for about an hour the second half.
I think they've got a new rule about extra time in some games. The first goal in extra time will settle it. I think that would suit Gary Bennett. Keep going till I score. Has he still got time to do it? Has the referee still a little stoppage time left? Ford. Hendry. And Perdue. It's a fine ball. Going forth. And Perdue. A bar. Well, when it's not your day, it's not your day.
It was a great cross by Cornforth, all the same here.
It was.
A smashing header as well, you know, just a glancing header, really.
Watkin gets the free kick. It's taken.
There's a ball out to Cornforth. Smashing right foot cross, curling away from the keeper, and Ampadu gets up well, you know, he's not that big a fella. A smashing header. You see it from behind Marriott. Ampadu's header rocketing against the crossbar.
Shift the camera too. Now, still in stoppage time. We played 2 or 3 minutes of it. I don't remember there being long hold-ups in this half. Hayes locks it off to Hodge. Tries one, and Marriott did well to recover that. He squares up to Torpy, but the ball was loose and Torpy was entitled to go for it.
Now that's silly from the goalkeeper, you know. He's coming from the left-hand side onto the right foot. It's hard and low, and it bounces just in front of him. He's got it and loses it. And Torpy's got every right to go for that ball.
Well, Torpy won't get another chance. Gary Bennett won't get a chance to get a goal. It's all over. And the only goal that Swansea could produce was from a central defender, John Ford. But at that stage of the game, it really didn't matter all that much. Because Steve Watkin with 2 goals, and the youngster there's the other goal scorer, getting their pictures into the local papers. Brian Hughes, a superb effort by them. 1 from Hughes, 2 from Watkin, and then that fantastic free kick from Gareth Owen at the back end. A very, very substantial foursome, a 4-1 win, the best that Wrexham have ever done in the league against Swansea. Superb result. Wrexham 4, Swansea 1.
Yes, 5 goals, some game, and that result moves Wrexham 2 places up the table to a healthy 7th place. Not a bad place to be at this stage of the season.